Getting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube sounds simple, but the truth is, there's no guaranteed system to make that happen. For me, it was a combination of a little luck and a lot of good timing. But I do believe that no matter what the goal is, there are always consistent patterns that lead to success. And for me, that pattern was my 3P method. This is essentially the foundation of what we teach at Productivity Accelerator. And I've seen the system work with all the students we've had so far. And I continue to use this exact same system in my own life for all of my goals. And consistently, I find that this method has helped me accomplish every goal that I've had. Now, in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I use that method to go from inconsistent uploads to hitting and surpassing my first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. But first, who am I? My name is Lenny Richardson. I'm an author, real estate consultant, and owner of Productivity Accelerator, a company that helps young, busy professionals get more done in less time with a custom strategy. Now, let's be honest. When I first started my YouTube channel about 2 years ago, I wasn't consistent. I didn't post regularly. I didn't have a set schedule. And honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. This is the reason, at least this is why I think I didn't grow very much in the first 2 years of me doing YouTube. For a while, I got to about 500 subscribers and I sort of just plateaued at that point. Not much growth. Every once in a while, a few people unsubscribing, a few people subscribing. Basically, my channel was at a complete standstill. And the reason for this is, like I said, I wasn't very consistent. Some videos were shot in my car. Some videos were shot at home. Some were just shot wherever I could hit record. The quality was all over the place. And my reasoning for this was because I had no system. And since I had no system, I kept falling off. It wasn't really a motivation issue. It wasn't an equipment issue, but rather it was an organization issue. I just wasn't organized. I didn't have a routine. I didn't have a workflow. And this kind of led to creating content feeling random. And when things feel random, they don't get done consistently. It's kind of like the expression, what gets measured gets managed. If you're not measuring and if you're not tracking things, it'll be haphazard. You're not going to do it in any timely fashion. You're just kind of do it whenever you feel like it. And if you do things whenever you feel like it or whenever you want to do it, it'll almost never get done because those feelings of motivation are never consistent. But it was around this time where I decided to apply my own system, the 3P method. And if you're listening to this, the 3P method stands for prioritize, plan, and produce. Now, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I did for each of these 3 steps and how this led to me getting over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube after applying it for only about 3 or 4 months. Now, step 1, prioritize. Step 1 was simple. I had to make video creation a priority. I set a clear micro goal, 2 videos per week. That was it. No trying to go viral, no trying to be perfect, just 2 videos a week. And the key thing was to create a goal, in my personal opinion, that I could control. This is why going viral or getting a certain amount of views even was not the main goal. The goal was for me to simply do everything that I could do to create 2 videos. They didn't have to be a certain duration. They didn't have to look a certain way. They didn't need to be fancy. I just needed to create 2 videos. But here's the real key. I reverse engineered what was holding me back before. The real issue was that I never really knew what to talk about. I wasn't prepared. And whenever I had something to talk about, I would just pull up my camera or pull up my phone, and that made the quality not good. Or sometimes I would just talk about things that didn't really matter and never post the video, or I didn't have a set schedule for posting. So it wasn't the best system at all. So instead, what I did is I spent an entire day brainstorming as many video ideas as I could possibly come up with. I used Notion and created a page with ideas for the entire year. 52 weeks, which meant that I had 104 video ideas. I mean, technically I had more video ideas, but 104 was the bare minimum that I needed to create in order for me to achieve my goal of 2 videos per week for the entire year. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I know that that's not realistic to shoot 104 videos in a single year. Is it doable? Sure. It definitely could be done, but was it something that was going to be done no matter what? It was difficult, and I understood that going into it. I understood that life happens. things come up. Sometimes you really have nothing to say. Sometimes getting that video out is just a burden or a chore, or maybe the videos you shoot for the week just aren't good enough quality. I totally get that. So again, this is for me just to have a system in place while knowing that I probably wasn't going to hit 104 videos. And to be honest, I'm not on track right now to hit 104 videos. And that's perfectly okay, because that's not what it's about. The goal wasn't perfection. The goal was simply to eliminate any excuses I had. No more of the I don't know what to make videos about excuse. Now, step 2 was planning. And this part was critical. I recommend this to all of my clients. If you've watched any of my other videos, you've probably heard me say this. If you've listened to any of my other podcasts, I'm sure you've heard me say this. I used a planner. The planner is crucial. It's probably one of the best tools you have in your arsenal to be productive and actually get things done. I used my planner to map out my entire weekly schedule. I sat down for an entire day and just mapped out my entire weekly schedule for the rest of the year, my general schedule at least. Sleep times, work hours, and gym time. These were the things I put in my planner every day first, because to me, these were the non-negotiables. These were the things that I needed to do every single day without question. Then I filled in the gaps. Tuesdays became my script writing days. And so what I did is I blocked out about 3 hours on Tuesdays, every single Tuesday. And those 3 hours were dedicated to nothing else but scripting and outlining as many videos as possible. And basically what I mean by scripting is whatever video idea I had, this was the time where I would do extra research and just kind of bullet some of the thoughts I had, organize the layout of the video, organize the layout of the script itself to make sure that it flowed properly when I actually went down to shoot the content. Wednesdays and Thursdays were my shooting days. And the goal that I had on these 2 days was to always shoot at least 2 videos. I figured with 2 days to do this, it was achievable. 1 video per day could be done on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I would try to set aside about 3 hours on each day, so 6 hours total, to shoot 2 videos. Now, this is certainly achievable because, as you know, on YouTube, a lot of videos tend to range from about 7 minutes to about 30 minutes. So shooting a 7-minute video over 2 days is certainly achievable. If I could do more, that was great, but 2 was the bare minimum. Thursdays and Fridays were my video editing days. And what I kind of realized too, this is a side note, is the more complicated the video, the longer it would take, of course, because video editing is a very long process. But the longer it would take, the less likely I would be to finish it because I would burn myself out. I would lose interest. I would have to be creative when making the content itself, when editing the videos. And that was a hindrance to me actually putting out videos. So I decided to scrap all that. I really reduced it down to what videos can perform on YouTube. Like, are there videos that are simple that do perform well? And the answer was yes. So what I did is I started shooting simple videos. No fancy edits, nothing crazy, just clean, watchable content. If you look at my Leviticus Rich page, you'll find that a lot of my content, at least recently, have just been me sitting at my kitchen table with a tripod and a camera set up and some lighting above me, talking for anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes, sometimes an hour, depending on the video. That's it. The entire plan was built around one main thing, and that thing was sustainability. To me, if the process isn't sustainable, you won't stick with it. And this is why I didn't do anything complicated, no B-roll, no cinematic edits. Again, it was just me at my kitchen table talking to a camera about things that I already knew I was going to talk about on a given day. So everything was already pretty much done. Now, this is the final step: produce. And it sounds obvious, but most people never get here. Most people have great ideas, but they don't actually execute on those ideas. They procrastinate, they overthink it, they go through analysis paralysis, whatever. They don't actually do the things that come to their minds. This is a massive mistake, and this is something you need to avoid. When you have an idea, just get to the idea as quickly as you can. Go through the first 2 P's, prioritize and plan. Once you do those, produce as quickly as you can. And this is what I did. Once my schedule was set up, For me, it was just about showing up and doing the work. On my shooting and editing days, I would do exactly that. I would do nothing else but shoot, edit, and publish my content. Nothing glamorous, nothing complicated, just a system that I knew I could do for a long period of time that would work. Now, let's talk about the results. I made this goal to hit 1,000 subscribers in late December of 2024. My goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So by December of 2025, the goal was to hit 1,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, it is the middle of May. It's actually May 16th. I'm currently at about 4,500 subscribers. So I went from a little over 500 subscribers in January to 4,500 subscribers by April. Just a few months to make a lot of growth and achieve my goal. And this was all because of the 3P method. Now, I'll admit this, there's always a bit of luck when it comes to any form of success. I'm at the mercy of YouTube's algorithm, and it has a mind of its own. But without the consistency and without the structure, I never would have created enough content to get that lucky break. My personal belief is that you can't really control when the results come, but what you can do is control how often you show up and how often you take the correct steps towards getting those results. Does that make sense? Two people can be doing the exact same thing. One person can get the results faster. One person can get the results later. But the thing that they have to have in common is that they both show up consistently enough in order to allow themselves to get that result. So here's the overall takeaway, just to kind of sum up the video. Use the 3P method. The 3P method is to prioritize, to plan, and then to produce in that order. I want to make a disclaimer. This is not just a YouTube strategy. This is a strategy for achieving any goal you have, no matter what it is. Whether it's fitness, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, it does not matter. The 3P method will get you to whatever result you want. And the reason is because it forces you to eliminate excuses and stay consistent long enough to succeed. Now, if you're serious about hitting your own goals, I'm offering 1 month of free coaching at Productivity Accelerator. No payment, no commitment. It's a massive win-win for everybody here. And the reason for this is because our goal at Productivity Accelerator is simple. We want to help you get real progress before you ever pay us a dime. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description. You can schedule a free discovery call. We'll see if we're a good fit, and we'll get you moving toward your goals as quickly as possible. And if you found the video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, please share this video with someone who you think might need it or someone who you think might benefit from it. And finally, I appreciate you for watching. Keep conquering, and I'll see you in the next video.